Iran has gone completely rogue, tearing the Iron Dome apart and vaporizing a stealth missile. Israel is genuinely collapsing. Can you believe it? Israel's most advanced stealth cruise missile was blown to pieces before it even breached Iranian airspace. On April 3rd, the IRGC announced their new defense system precisely intercepted an Israeli stealth missile over Khuzestan province. Carrying a massive 1,000-pound warhead, it was meant to level a massive building. Instead, it became mid-air fireworks. This isn't luck. Iran is proving that US-Israeli stealth myths are totally useless against their network. But the nightmare for Israel was just beginning. On that same day, Iran unleashed a rain of over 90 ballistic missiles. From Tel Aviv to Haifa, from Dimona to the Galilee, Israel's sky was completely filled with glowing missile exhaust trails. IDF air raid sirens screamed non-stop. Bunkers were packed with terrified civilians. It was the most suffocating day of the war. Iran executed a textbook combination strike. First, swarms of cheap drones baited and exhausted Israel's multi-million-dollar interceptors. Once the Iron Dome fired dozens of rounds and depleted its ammo, Iran launched its heavy ballistic and Fattah hypersonic missiles. The Fattah hypersonic missile reaches Mach 15. The Iron Dome was designed to intercept crude rockets flying at a fraction of that speed. It's like asking a high school sprinter to chase down a Ferrari. The result? Even the Israeli newspaper Haaretz admitted the truth. Iran's missiles achieved a terrifying 80% hit rate. Central Tel Aviv was pierced. Dimona's critical facilities were struck. Haifa's industrial zones erupted in flames. The so-called most impenetrable air defense network folded like wet paper. So, how much longer can Israel hold out? The brutal answer is, they are almost entirely out of ammo. Look at the data. Before the war, Israel had around 150 Arrow 2 and Arrow 3 interceptors. In just 16 days, they fired 122. That's an 80% depletion rate. Iron Dome interceptors are under 30%. Rumor has it, there are only 10 to 15 Arrow 3 south left. The entire Israeli air defense inventory is hitting rock bottom, and the most desperate part, they cannot restock them. Rafael Advanced Defense Systems, the factory that manufactures Iron Dome interceptors, was precisely targeted and destroyed by Iran. Replacing those production lines takes at least 18 months. In that time, just a few more Iranian saturation strikes will turn Israel's air defenses into an empty shell. But what's worse than ammo shortages is being surrounded on 7 fronts. Hezbollah bombing the north, Yemen's Houthis launching ballistic missiles, Iraqi Shiite militias relentlessly harassing the east, Iran firing endless waves from the center, while Gaza and the West Bank remain volatile. 7 fronts firing simultaneously. The air defense systems are suffocating. Even the most advanced radar can only track about 200 targets at once. A single Iranian saturation strike unleashes over 200 missiles. Even with a 90% intercept rate, 20 will still hit the ground, and the IDF's manpower is completely collapsing. Military spokesmen admit to a critical shortage of 15,000 combat troops. Chief of Staff Herzi Halevi warned internally that the IDF is on the verge of breaking. Reservists are utterly exhausted. The reserve draft cap has now been raised to 400,000, the highest peak since 2023. Society has reached its mobilization limit. Economically, it is equally devastating. Israel is burning through $500 million a day in military costs. In just 20 days, they incinerated $6.4 billion. While Iran uses cheap drones costing a few $1,000s, Israel uses multi-million-dollar interceptors to shoot them down. In this war of attrition, Israel's economy will crash first. Iran isn't using brute force. They are executing a precise system-breaking strategy. Blind the radars, bomb the factories, exhaust the ammo, and then wipe them out with hypersonic missiles. It's a calculated, lethal chain, and the Pentagon. They are in full panic mode. US intelligence admits half of Iran's missile launchers are still perfectly intact. Thousands of suicide drones sit in their arsenals. US Defense Secretary Hegseth admitted in an April 2nd briefing that the US is facing a severe interceptor shortage and their DOD systems are destroyed. Trump claims overwhelming victory. But the military knows the truth. The myth of the Iron Dome has fallen, and the world knows exactly who is losing this war.